how's it going? My name's Thomas, and today I'm going to be talking about our fishing plugs design and some tips, some advice on things and some baits that are really effective and really work for me when I go fishing. So the first one I'm going to talk about today is a crankbait. More specifically, this is a Strike King square bill crankbait. This is a great bait because it's just real simple, real easy to use. You just cast it out and it's just a simple retrieve. Not really a whole lot to it. You can do jerks every once in a while to increase the action of the bait, but just wobbles back and forth. There's a little bit of a rattle there. That's what will attract the fish and get them to bite. So this is a great bait. Spring, summer, fall, pretty much all year round. Good for bass. And the next lure that I'm going to be talking about is my personal favorites. It's a top water lure. It's called a popper. More specifically, this is the Rapala X-Wrap popper. It's called a popper because it's got this concave, hollow mouth there. And how you use it, you'll cast it out by the banks or by a dock or some weeds, and you'll give it some pretty hard tugs as you're retrieving it in. And what that does is this concave mouth will dive into the water every time, causing a splash and a popping noise. Kind of imitates like a dying or like an injured fish on the top of the water, which gets bass to feed and will strike it. And the last one I'll be talking about is, this one's kind of a fun one. You might not have heard about it too much. It's called a Whopper Plopper. And it's called that because it's got this little fin on the back. And it's also a top water lure like the popper. But what it does is when you are casting it by those banks or those docks or whatnot and giving it those tugs, instead of popping, this fin will spin, the water will catch it and it'll spin, creating a splash and also like the sound of a tail fin like hitting the top of the water. So again, like imitating an injured or a dying fish on the top of the water. And that'll get bass to feed and to strike that as well. And it's a nice big splash on the top of the water when they do that. It's a ton of fun. So both the popper and the Whopper Plopper are both great summer baits for me, and the Strike King square bill is a really good kind of all-around bait, spring, summer, and fall. So if you're kind of a beginner and don't really know too much about fishing and want to get into it, I definitely recommend having every one of these baits in your tackle box and using them throughout the year to catch those bass. And hopefully that helps and is informative. And yeah, good luck and tight lines. Nice. 18 inches. Good fish. Rapala X-Wrap popper.